Hello and welcome back to XCOM 2. I'm Chris Cavalier. Let's get right into this. Operation Northern Future. Last video we ended up equipping all of our soldiers here appropriately. We now do have the plasma grenades. I'm pretty excited to give those a try. So let's get into it. April Jester, our normal sniper, is out of action due to being shot by a Mouton. You know, the Mouton advanced forward, got her in half cover.
Squad green to deploy.
Sounds good. Let's get down on the ground and see what we can do.
We've picked up a weak signal coming from a group of resistance operatives. Apparently they've stumbled on the location of an Advent data vault storing files critical to the aliens' latest project. As far as we can tell, hostile forces also picked up on the signal, and they weren't about to leave anyone from the resistance alive. We're going in to sweep the site, eliminate all hostile forces, and find the assets.
Alright, Operation Northern Future, let's get right down into it. We're in the outskirts of Beijing. That was some pretty nifty flying there, just missed that building.
Menace 1-5, we've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
So 8 turns. We have to make pretty quick work here. Well, I guess it's not quite as far as I thought. Okay, Mike. You know, we could send in Mike into all types of crazy situations, but what we may just do is send Farron forward, as Farron's a little bit crazy anyways. Now, if we go over here, it might allow us a little bit more. So there is something that has some sight over there. Let's see, Isabel. You know, maybe Isabel will send you over here first, just to see if you see anything. How do you know? We've got a turret. Turret is an interesting thing to run into right away here. Brent, why are you having such issues? It's like you must be blocked off. Let's move Farron forward ahead just a little bit. Okay, so he sees that. He could move up closer. What kind of ammo does he have again? Shard gun. He doesn't have any special ammo, I guess. So let's see, if you move up, what are you gonna see? He sees nothing else. Let's see, maybe Brent can go way over here.
Moving out.
Oh, 2 turrets. Perfect. Just what we were hoping for. Okay, Mike. You know, Mike, we may have to send you right here. You don't have Shredder, however. You do have Kill Zone, which is pretty funny. You know, maybe we move you to here. I don't even know if that's the best idea ever. Oh, look at that. We got some pedestrians there that are blocking that particular angle. Well, I think we can move you forward. We're probably not going to attack this turn. Probably get her into a safer spot. Is there anywhere she can go? No, not really. Yeah, probably just put her up here. See, Cavalier would definitely have some options with these turrets. We need to make sure we have him in a good spot. So maybe bring him over there. And then Isabel, you know, maybe we'll move you forward a little bit.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
I'm on it. Overwatch.
Alright, so we need to make something happen here. So Jasmine can definitely take a shot at that. And the other thing that we can do to start off is probably have Brent go ahead and shred one of them. 80, 74. Maybe have him shred the other one. Yeah, he can get pretty close to taking one out by himself. Or completely missing. Brent, killing me. Just killing me. Thought that would be a great opening volley. Okay, at least he has hollow targeting on it. So it could be worse. Okay, Jasmine, let's see. Maybe we will hold off. Does Mike have hollow targeting? He doesn't. I think Cavalier does, but Cavalier probably can take out one of these by himself. So she's just going to go ahead and take a shot at it. Let's hope she can hit it. 75%. Okay, 10 damage.
Target down.
Pretty brutal. The blue screen rounds are just unbelievable. So let's see, Mike, do we want to have you move ahead? You know, you probably do, and you probably want to keep cover that direction. You're probably going to reveal something.
We've got Advent here.
Yep, here we go. It's like 2 troopers and a Mouton. Yeah, bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. Okay. But none of them went by the gas tank. I always love when they do that. Okay, so what we're probably going to do is... probably going to just have Cavalier see if he can't take control of that thing. Or rather, damage it. I don't know if I feel like messing around with it too much. Yeah, he should destroy it outright here. With the Gremlin, with the Mark II. Now that we have that in play, the Mark II is basically twice as good as the Mark I Gremlin. So that is the end of the turret. Good job, Cavalier. You know, we may just throw the grenade right in here, take out their cover. Maybe take out a couple cars. You know, all that good stuff. And it's a new plasma grenade. Let's see what this thing looks like. Make it happen, Mike. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we destroyed our loot. That was worth it, though. That was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. Are we seriously down to those two? I guess so. Let's see, what can she do? You know, she's not going to get close enough where she can actually get an attack in. You know, Farron, yeah, he's probably not going to get close enough where he can do anything too amazing either. But he can get close enough where he can get a good shot in. Yeah, I think we want to move up here. We want to make sure we get a shot on that Moonton. Well, Farron is concealed, so I'm thinking now that, you know, he could actually shred that direction. Then now that makes me know I'm not going to have Isabel move that direction. What can Isabel do? She can move to here. I'm almost kind of scared to have her move too much that way. Maybe it's better off moving her over here. And put her on Overwatch.
On my way.
The other thing that we could do Let's see here. Who's our best shot? See, she can't quite see that distance. Now, she might be better off doing a aid protocol on somebody. Maybe do it on Mike up here. Let's do that. I'm really worried about those guys coming in and potentially getting a pot shot, so we're going to move Farron as well. Farron, where can you go? You could go up here. You could move in closer. I think what we may do is move you, say, to here so you're in full cover. Well, that's probably not too important right now. It would be great if we had you take your big shot on this codec. What could we do? Could move you there. You know, maybe move you right here.
On the move.
It should make it so you're able to hide out to some degree. See, they're going to move in. Let's see if they're going to see us. They are. Hopefully they don't get an attack on us. Okay, they don't. Mouton. Okay, we'll take it. Suppressing doesn't bother me too much. This guy might get a decent shot at somebody. He doesn't make it work, though. Okay, now the big choices. Big choices we have to make here. So Cavalier could take him down easily in a couple different ways. Mike here. What would happen if Mike did a grenade? Is he going to be able to hit all of them? He would. You know, the codec will then clone itself and move. I think that's going to be alright, though. Let's go ahead and do that. Mike's not in the best position, but he's being suppressed. Okay, that was fairly brutal. That was a pretty good grenade shot. Okay, so that guy's going to clone. Okay, that doesn't appear to be too big of a problem. What does she got for shots? She doesn't have very good shots. That's what you get for bringing someone new along. So Mike... Ooh, I just thought of an idea. Just thought of an idea for Farron. So Farron could go potentially right here. This could be extremely dangerous. The other thing he could do is go... Where could he go? He could go right here. Let's see how far is this thing going to reach. It's going to go a ways. So if Farron, say, went right there, he could definitely kill those two. If he went here, he might be able to kill a whole bunch of them. Try to line it up. I think it's worth trying.
They've seen me.
You know, it could leave Farron just in a horrible spot. Well, yeah, again, it's not as effective as I was hoping. It's going to leave. Could probably hit 3 guys. Let's go for it. Shredder. Look at that. Okay, did not quite kill him. So now we got a bunch of guys with just a few hit points. So Farron, with his implacable, he's actually going to be able to move again. So that is something that we can do. Let's see here. She has a guaranteed hit, so we may go after that clone, or not the clone, but whatever the heck that guy is. Could do a grenade over here. Kind of like that idea. So Brent, you go ahead and move forward. Let's see if your grenade will hit both of them. Okay, that'll work. Let's do that. That'll take out 2. Okay, perfect. Remove suppression. Good job. Good job. Okay, now what do we got here? So let's see if Cavalier move forward.
On the move.
Who else do we have? Okay, we got these 2. Now right now she does not have a shot. If she moves over here, she can get a shot on him. She has a pretty good chance to hit this. I think 60%. Well, not as good as I was hoping for. Come on, Jasmine. There you go. Okay, who's next? Who's next? So Cavalier would definitely have a chance. 4 damage. I'm not sure if this can actually get a grazing shot or not, but guaranteed damage here would be very useful. Let's see. That worked. Worked perfect. So we had quite a mess with those plasma grenades. We're just tearing people apart.
Heading out.
Okay, so we also took out all the cover within about a 5-mile radius. Where could Farron go? Farron could jump back over here. He could move up. Kind of scared of him moving up right away. Why not? I think we killed pretty much everything. Maybe move her over to that little nook there. It's a pretty good spot. Okay, so now what we need to do is we just need to get Cavalier within range. I wonder if anybody else can run up there. It's just a little bit too far for you. What the heck? Farron. How close can you get? How close can you get? Not liking many of these options here. Where's Mike? Mike, you go up here.
Step it off.
Step it off, Mike. We should have sent Brent, because Brent's the one that is really good in the dangerous territory. He has the hazmat suit.
Rolling out.
Now we can send Isabel up here. Maybe she can see it. Nope, she doesn't see it either. Farron. If you go up here, can you see it?
I guess that'll be okay. We've got eyes on the objective.
Alright.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
So Cavalier cannot see it. Can you see it from here?
Moving to position.
No, he can't see it from there either. Do I want to have him stand out in the open? Not really. Yeah, let's go ahead and get her up there. See if we can move Brent in closer. You know, Brent likes fire, so let's go ahead and move him up.
Got it. Moving.
I think he has the hazmat suit. Cavalier. I'd like to move Cavalier closer and see if he can hack into it from a distance. Farron, you have a grenade. What could you do with the grenade? I don't think you can take out enough of the wall to make it work. You could also have you go into concealment.
Concealed.
You know, maybe not go near that. Let's have you go up top.
On target.
Well, that's the Codex skull over there. You know, I'm not seeing anything. I guess we could have Cavalier move up out into the open here. That was scary. Calm down, you got the hazmat suit on.
Heading out.
Don't know what you're worried about. Okay, now we can hack this
Testing
remotely.
infiltration.
Which is always very handy. What do we got for options here? The soldier's hacking stat permanently increased by 20. You know, I like that. That's a good one. And we got it. Increased by 20, that can be pretty huge. I don't know what kind of percentage chance improvement that is, but it's better than nothing.
Hack the planet.
Should end it.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure. Eliminate any remaining hostiles near the AO.
Oh, great. So I have a feeling that they're going to be back here somewhere. Which means Cavalier is probably not in a very good position. Let's see, I think she's in a pretty good position. Wow, what do we do? Let's see.
Absolutely.
Maybe Isabel will move out of the way here. Which now all of a sudden seems very scary. See, Cavalier... No, Cavalier... So Cavalier can't move. Let's move Mike over here. Let's move Brent over here.
Overwatch. Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Yeah, let's get a bunch of Overwatches going.
Eyes on the prize.
Sort of our enemies are right back over here. Look at that, we have a tank over there. So, Farron, what can you make happen? You could move up way over here.
Okay, I'll go.
Probably not super safe.
They're on to me.
Okay,
Got some advent here.
see what they do. Alright. Farron, what could we have you do? What would be something that would be relatively awesome, but also fairly safe? How about something like this? Have you go in there and attack him like that. Do that. I just want you off of that wall. Okay, that's pretty cool. Way to go, Farron. So we're not looking like we're in the best of positions here. 71%. Let's go ahead and take him out with her. So I don't know if she's gonna have another shot. Okay, that worked out.
No longer a threat.
Farron probably could attack somebody else and have been a little bit more useful. Brent, we're gonna have you do something awesome. So Brent's gonna come around over here. Brent, I want you. You know, I don't think I'm too worried about the friendly fire. 'Cause we already got the package out of there. Hopefully that's not. Hopefully I don't have Farron in there. Oh wow! I think he killed both of them.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
There we go. That was excellent. Good job, Brent. Those plasma grenades are just ridiculous. Really like those. That was a good choice, getting the plasma grenades. Brent's pretty happy with himself after that. Look at that, he's even smiling. Yeah, you're pretty damn smug, aren't you? You're looking pretty smug, too. Yeah, Farron never looks too smug. He's like the professional over there. He's just nodding. That's right. You saw that. The big sword attack and the shredder attack. Yeah, that heavy weapon, that shredder, is pretty awesome.
One by one, we're evening up the score, Commander. Good work out there.
Isabel and Jasmine end up getting promotions. Let's see here. Covering fire or threat assessment. You know, the threat assessment, to me, I just really like that one. Let's see here. I think we're going to go ahead and go as another backup sniper here. So we'll do the long watch. Who's our lead killer out of this bunch? Mike is. Surprising. Fairly surprising. So we do pick up a Codex Brain.
Excellent work, Commander. Your efforts continue to bolster the resistance movement across the globe.
Alright, thank you, Spokesman. Then we're picking up another engineer. Let's see, Cavaliers, will restored and increased. Excellent. Let's see here, we have another engineer, so we're going to go ahead and put this engineer. Get to work on the Psi Lab. That'll help us out quite a bit. Okay, so we do have somebody idle. Somebody idling in the proving ground. Let's see if we actually did pick up an Illyrium core. We did not. So that is nothing doing there. Let's see where we are at. Okay, I don't care too much about the Illyrium crystals and all that stuff. You know, we could go to the... No, we have 5 intel now, so that is out of the book. Okay, let's go back here.
Setting course for the Mexican Regional Tract.
Let's go back and check out what the Mexicans are doing here with Advent. Supply drop in 10 days. Look at that, they have nice weather and everything. How's it going?
Long live the resistance.
Viva la resistance. Alright.
New regional contacts located.
Okay. So now we do have the option of actually going after this black Advent site. You know, and I think we probably will do that in the next video. Pause shield coil. Okay, so that we have paused. What are we going to want to do here? I think we're probably just going to want to go in there and go after that. I don't know what else we have that we could necessarily do. Let's go check it out. This Advent Black site. The aliens have constructed a facility deep in the wilderness. It is fueling progress toward their Avatar project. We must destroy it. Who do we have for options this time? So it looks like it could be the same crew we brought out last time. Let's actually remove her, see where April is at. April is shaken, so she is not going to be able to go. The big question is, do we want to go with Jasmine, or would we like, say, go with somebody that probably is a little bit more reliable at this point? And I think we'll go with Jasmine, and just understand, you know, that we may have to use our hollow targeting to set up her sniper shots. But her attacks are going to be huge because she has the Gauss rifle and the blue screen rounds. And I think we have plenty of healing. We got lots of plasma grenades. The shredder gun is just ridiculous, as we've seen. And these two with the grenades, I think we're going to be alright. And this is one of those missions where you can just really use the grenades in these Advent sites. Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried at all. I guess let's go ahead and see if there's anything that we could potentially build that may be something that we may want. The Meg pistol. You know, I don't know if that... It's not getting me too excited. In fact, none of this stuff really is. You know, the arc blade would probably be something we'd pick up if we were actually using, like, Alexander or something. I think we're going to be good. So anyways, this is going to be the one that we take into this Operation Black God. To sabotage the alien facility. Difficulty very difficult. We're going to catch this one in the next video. Thanks for watching XCOM 2. I'm Chris Cavalier.